Welcome to another episode of In the Pocket. Straight up, DC, this is how we live. He's seen it all, he's heard it all, and he's had enough of the nonsense. Ladies and gentlemen, this is In the Pocket's Common Nonsense with Uncle Joe.
What are you doing running? And you're saying it was really good out?
It's the perfect texture for running. Very low impact on its dry snow so your feet don't get wet.
It's incredible, though, just to see even people still on their bicycles.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it with the bikes. Like braking, at least we can control, worst case, we can just slide right through a stop sign.
We've seen a lot of people out here, like you said, running, sledding, just enjoying it. One thing, oops, that can happen, unfortunately. Looks like Chelsea's okay. You okay?
That's the type of stuff back in the day. When you see that, your honest reaction to that is, that's what you get. You know what I'm saying? Why would you be jogging out in a snowstorm? But they do that. Y'all know what I mean by they. They like running in the cold, in the ice, and in the snow. And honestly, that's all you can ever say to people who do that stuff. That's what you get.
In other news, President Trump will become the first sitting president to have his signature on U.S. dollar bills.
Okay, let him sign it. As long as it's spent, don't nobody care about his signature. It could say Santa Claus. I'm going to spend it. You know what I mean? This Baba love having this name on everything. Put it on there, Trump. I still want it. $100 bill, Donald Trump $100 bill, as long as I can spend it. I don't know what everyone's getting so upset about. Let him put his name on it. Who cares? He'll buy him anyway. You know what I'm saying? What's the name of this platform? In the pocket. He out of pocket. He stay out of pocket. He gonna do what he gonna do. That's Donald Trump.
Common Nonsense. Washington, D.C.'s own Terrance Cooper is our guest on In the Pocket's Authentic Everyone. Known affectionately as Coop, he is the visionary architect and former manager of the legendary Backyard Band.
Terrance Cooper, man, that's like Pops, man. And he made Backyard what we are.
Man, he put a hell of a band together, that's for sure.
Coop crafted their sound, making them a staple in the go-go music scene.
He tightened us up. He made me really want to be who I am.
Currently, he is the manager of the talented Top 5 band, led by the dynamic Anthony Robinson. Resilience and determination is the definition of Coop's remarkable journey. Stay tuned as we dive deep into Coop's inspiring journey. This is In the Pocket's Authentic Everyone.
Today we have Terrance Cooper here.
Yep.
And I want to dive in right away.
What's up?
And we're going to start from your childhood, okay?
Okay.
And growing up as a youngster in D.C. So start with your family. What's your family like during your childhood?
Family, we lived with my grandmother, so we all lived. My uncles, aunts, one house, 8 people.
Where at in D.C.?
V Street, Lincoln Road and V, right across from the cemetery.
Okay.
And that was spooky, but we was used to it. But Lincoln and V Street, Northeast.
Okay, any memories growing up there, schools you went to, neighborhood kids?
Yeah. Went to Emory Elementary, Langley Junior High, McKinley Tech, all of them in this one big, Lincoln Road, R Street, all the way around to T Street, one big campus. Elementary, junior high, and high school. I was coming up, I wanted to play, I wanted to be a part of everything, like any type of sport, whether it's volleyball, football, safety patrol. So I participated in everything. Soccer, everything that any school provided, especially in elementary. So I had my experiences in a lot of stuff, a lot of activity, even the marching band. I played drums.
Drums, okay.
In the Emory Elementary marching band.
Snare,
bass. No, the tenor and the bass.
Okay.
Well, the bass, the boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
So I just love, music, and I was definitely, like I say, anything that said sign up for this, I was signing up for it. When I got to junior high, I was a little bit more like laid back, I wasn't participating in nothing, but they didn't have any type of sports other than baseball, softball.
What kind of athlete was you?
I was a street ball player. Like, I was one of them cats around the way, man, wanted to play every block. I was just, hey, I want to play your block. We got, I'm picking up people, and I was always at the playground. Wasn't on an elite level, but very competitive. Played defense, I could shoot, it started early. Once I got to high school, I tried to, I was a little bit intimidated because of my height. So I didn't do a lot of, my last year, I did try football, and I was just wanted to play, just to be a part of something in high school, my legacy, and played summer football, and I was going to back up the main guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Giddy Boo.
You got to be good to be the backup.
Got to be good to be the backup. And I was okay until we played Carroll High School.
Right.
And we played Carroll, and I got hit real hard. I said, that's it.
Hey,
I
got a similar story.
Hey, that's it. I don't want to play no more. I'm going to they say practice on Monday. I went to play, I was in the band. Boom. McKinley, Tech. I don't want to play no more football.
Right.
And I always thought I was too short to play basketball, but I did play basketball up in Activity, uptown. I was privileged to play up there, and it let me show my skills, and we had some success up there, up in Activity, when I was in the 10th and 11th grade. So that was cool. After high school, kind of got into, in high school, I got into music, and so all of my friends were musicians, like, Lil Chris, Phillip, Chucky Thompson, rest in peace, Chucky, man. He was like so inspirational to me, because we would go down the basement, and he'd sit there and playing his keyboard, and, hey, listen to this, listen to this, listen to that. And my music mentality grew just by sitting there watching him and learning, just the specs and the grooves from Chucky.
Yeah, I know that kind of kicked off your inspiration and music, and we're going to definitely dive into that. Before that, let's talk about where you were in your early 20s as you enter your adulthood.
Oh, okay.
Talk about some of the jobs you had,
okay.
Maybe some relationships around the time.
Okay, so in high school, I was 17, my last year. I wanted a job, and I ain't had no money. I wanted to go to the prom. So I said, hey, let me go look for a job. So somebody told me, so I tried. I didn't want to do McDonald's and all that, so I tried the drugstore, People's Drug, and went down there, applied. I got a job. So I'm making $3.57 an hour. Thought that was like, hey, that's some money. Back then it was. Not telling my age, but back then it was. And I was just a clerk. I was gonna go to college after once I graduated, I was gonna go to Howard because I was a part of the Howard Upward Bound program. So I was gonna go to Howard, but Peoples gave me a raise. And I said, damn, I could make some more money.
Right.
Let me move my enrollment to later on in the year.
Sit back.
And before I got from April to August, they was talking about me entering a management program.
Okay.
At People's Drug, and I was like, dang, that's some career stuff. So that was the only job I really had other than, so at 18, I became an assistant manager, and at 19, I got promoted to manager.
Okay.
And at 19, I'm hiring everybody. I'm the manager of the store. And at 19, that was my launch to just figuring out my career. I say, damn, I'm 19 and I'm managing a major corporation, which later turned into CVS, and that was big for me at 19, and that's from there it kind of launched my career as far as in the business sector.
Okay. So I kind of reflect on how far our ties go back.
Mm-hmm.
When you mentioned the People's Drug, I worked under you. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah. I hired everybody, Kenny.
I needed a job. And
Yeah.
Terrance hooked me up. So
Yeah.
I think it was the Georgetown location.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been that or the one down on 14th, around about a...
No, 14th and T.
Yes.
14th and T.
He managed me, and he tried to keep me on once I got fired too. So, so that management acumen that you built through the CVS inspired you to, and with your love of music and all, inspired you to get into band management. So reflect back on that and give us some details on how you began to develop your career as a band manager.
Yeah. Well, I've always, from elementary to junior high to high school, I was always the guy that picked the team. So I was always in a leadership position, whether it was safety patrol or co-captain of the team or captain. I was always in that development of me being in that capacity of being in charge. Never used it to an advantage, but I always wanted to be fair on when I'm, so I always, once I got into music, I was always naming the name of the band, picking you gonna play keyboard and you gonna play this band. So, we all coming up, we all had these little basement bands, and I was always, selecting the name or, so by having a management background in the business sector, I felt a sense of leadership. So, and people always came to me, hey, Coop, what you think? Hey, Coop, I need a job. Hey, so I felt like I can do that. I can really, manage every situation and be the manager. And I always wanted to make some music, man. I always wanted to make music. And as I got, into high school, that's when I met Chucky and saw what a great musician he was. And he was just like, hey, I'm around like yourself. We used to be in the basement just imitating, the go-go bands and stuff like that, man. We was just having fun.
Right.
And seeing what we can get out of it as far as, hey, this might work. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, at that time that Coop just mentioned that we were hanging in the basement, Chucky Thompson's basement, rest in peace, my boy. We tried to start a band.
Yeah.
I mean, the close-knit brotherhood, we tried to start a band. And they named Kenny Armstrong here as the manager.
Right.
And Coop here developed Backyard Band.
Yeah.
And I was always like shooting out big respect towards you because as my management of our band stayed here and didn't get off the ground, we saw Backyard take off.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how that looked for you back then and the development of Backyard?
Well, it was, they were kids. Well, younger than me, of course. You know, I'm 18, 19. They more 12, 13, 14. And that's when I moved uptown from Lincoln Road area. I lived up on 14th and Prairie Place. So it was a block party at the end of my block, Homemade. You know, shout out to Uptown, y'all know that's who I represent as well as my Northeast side. But I woke up to a block party, and it was I heard some music, and when I went down there, it was some young kids on buckets, and it reminded me of, I thought it was Junkyard at first, but then they didn't look like Junkyard. They were different kids, and they was like, you know, what we call cranking. And I was amazed at what I saw. I called Chucky, and I was like, yo, you know this band up here, man, they cranking like a mug, man. Man, he was like, for real. You know, back then we ain't had no video record for the phone, so I couldn't. I said, man, he said, man, I said, I'm gonna call you when I finish. And after they finished, I went up to him and I was like, hey, what's the name of y'all band? They was like, Backyard. I was like, oh, okay. So you got Junkyard, you got Backyard. And I met their manager, her name was Gwen. And I just went over there and say, hey, I know some producers, I know some people that can really mentor these guys. And I just started helping Gwen. Right. And, I took him, I wanted Chucky to hear him. Chucky said, bring him down to basement mode. Well, took them down the basement, they rehearsed, because I walked up to him like Barry Gordy. Say, hey man, I can help.
I found you.
I found you. I can help. Right. So it was kind of funny that, and so what we saw out of them, we saw something really, really, really magical, and like they were kids, and we was like, man, if we can really help them, they can really be something. Right. And of course, we wanted to put our little, so Chucky would, I had Chucky come to some rehearsals, this before Bad Boy. I had Chucky come to some rehearsals, and then he, Chucky started playing. He was playing with Petworth, Air Raid. Yep. He's sitting in for Ray Essence.
Started with Chuck
Brown. Mm-hmm. He was just all those. I'm going to the Go-Go's with him, like, man, just learning all of this stuff, man. And it was just like, man, if we can get Backyard in front of these people, right? But then I was like, hey, so we won't clash with, they little baby Junkyard. I say, hey, let's get some real instruments. Right. So to separate the image per se. So we went with the real instruments and put a guitar behind them, and it just blasted off because they kept that crank. And we added a few pieces, to them. And shout out to the whole, I'm talking about the day one Backyard, man. I love y'all guys, man. Y'all inspired me, you know what I'm saying? And the only thing that kind of kept it a little bit, a couple of guys, they got in trouble. They had to, and so it was a thing where, I needed to replace some of them to keep the thing going. Right. And that was that, man. Just grinding with them. I'm managing people's drugs, CVS. I'm giving them all jobs. I'm trying to keep them off the street. And man, they was just like, they listening to me now. They like, man, Ging came home one day, was like, man, I need a job. I'm trying to get off the street. And I'm like, hey, I got it all for you. Let's go. And that was my thing. I wanted to really help them, grow as young men, man. And I did some discipline stuff. Hey, if y'all want to do this, then you gotta have good grades. Or if you want to do this, and you gotta do that. And I followed some of the structure of Junkyard. I seen how, Dirk and Mo had discipline in the Junkyard unit. So I did the same thing for Backyard. So I got a lot of my stuff, the way I do stuff from, Dirk McCrae, Mo Shorter, them, always tell Mo, didn't really know Dirk as much, but his name rang in my history.
So from that beginning, awesome takeoff, how far did it go? And then what happened after that?
Well, not knowing what it would lead to, we just wanted to make sure we cranked everywhere we went. It just, from the number 10 Boys and Girls Club, the Columbia Heights, the Lapina, those three were those were the that kept us uptown, but it kept a house for the band. Like, you come up there, you're gonna get some real good, and then other promoters started hearing about it. I'm managing a store across from the Black Hole. I'm managing people's drug, and I see Vic all the time. I say, man, you gotta listen to you gotta get my band up. So Chuck helped us, I was just out there just trying to get them on, opening on some cards to really hear them. And they had, that was the biggest thing that I was really concentrating on. And once it got, and I made I made Big G birthday the biggest thing.
Right.
And once that got across to Southeast, and we was doing block parties over there. And one day Bojack, man, my man Bojack, man, came and told me, I was always nervous on how we was received over in Southeast, because we was from uptown. So Bojack, G had a birthday one year, and at the D.C. Tunnel. D.C. Tunnel holding 5,000 people. 4,000, 5,000. And Bojack, because I'm always wondering, do these other parts of the DMV really, are they taking, or are we just an uptown band? And Bojack told me one day, he said, man, nah, man, word getting out, man. They know what's happening over in Southeast. And I was just like, I ain't understand what he was saying. But on G birthday that year, I had about 3,000 people, man. And tears just came out my eyes like, man, God, we made it. It's some type of way, like, and I be trying to tell these cats now that you never know when that full rush gonna come. I was in the Black Hole, never knew that we could pack it, and one day we packed it all the way to the back, and I had tears coming out of my eyes like, how did this happen? And it just was consistency. And we standing tall with the bands before us, the Rare Essences and the EUs and the Trouble Funks and the Junkyards and our arch nemesis, Northeast Grooves.
Right.
Oh yeah, they came uptown, kicked our ass one day. I was like, oh, practice them on. Oh no.
Right.
Oh no. And that was like, I mean, of course it's a brotherhood now, but back then we was in battle mode every time.
So you built them up, you started them, built them up along with their natural God-given talent, and now you're at an all-time high. I understand you're not with them anymore. How did that end?
Well, basically it's, after a while, they grow up as men. They have different philosophies, different ways, or different ideas on how stuff should be ran. And if you hit a low point in your career as far as trying to figure out what's next, what's best next, and so it was a low point. And I had to really get to, I had friends that I can count on. They saw me having issues with just keeping up financially. So they would come and say, Coop, you need something? I was like, yeah, I need help with this payroll. I need help. So trying to get silent partners, I shouldn't have did that, because it got kind of like I started, now I gotta pay this silent partner back. Now I'm borrowing from him, trying to pay this silent partner. It just became too overwhelming. And G didn't really like it, and all I was trying to do was really keep them afloat while we was going through a time where, you know, you got to deal with when bounce beat came in.
Right.
That era almost took me under, and I had to figure it out. We withstood it, but at that point, man, I had to figure it out. But I wanted to keep my guys not worrying about how they gonna pay their bills. So, you know, just like a car dealership on St. Barnabas Road, they ain't doing no business, and they need a spark to help them keep their business going. So I had friends, man, they would help me. You just had to pay them back. G ain't like it. I just didn't like the after part of it, of people thinking, you know, how did they vote Coop out? I just think they wanted to separate themselves from just anything as far as any negative thing. And one negative thing got out was I was stealing, and I hate that. That's I'm talking about. I would take from from the candy store to make sure all my guys got candy before it was almost like and for those that know me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't pay my own bills to make sure your bill was paid. Because I figured that I was the source of the income. So I had to figure it out. So I probably could easily figure it out for me, but couldn't really figure it out for the whole 15. So I was always trying to make sure that the whole 15 was taken care of before I was.
Gotcha.
And but we still brothers for life. We still, that's my, you know, they doing their thing. I did my time from 88 to 2013. That's 25 years.
In today's marketplace, it is imperative to be an educated buyer or seller. Armstrong Real Estate will guide you through the current market landscape, explain the fluctuations in interest rates and their implications for you. Allow Armstrong Real Estate to help open the door to your future home and/or commercial property.
The thing you dealt with at that time was some major adversity, challenges in your life. Let's pause there for a second.
Right.
How do you personally handle challenges in your life?
I barely went to church. One day, I had some health issues, and I went to the doctor, and they was trying to put they was trying to give me, I don't know what was going on, but it was something stuff with my heart. And they had to put a scope in my mouth and they was trying to, and I couldn't breathe while it was like, my Aunt Fanny said, Terrance, just slow down, breathe, and give it to God. Let God handle this. And I did, man. I just slowed down. I said, God. And I'm telling you, Kenny, it looked just like I'm about to say it. I said, God, help me get through this. And then I woke up after the surgery. I swear, I ain't know nothing. I ain't see nothing after that. Then after that, I just started praying. And I was like, you know, I pray even harder now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know, I just feel like it don't help me talking to somebody that may go and tell somebody else and tell somebody. When you're talking to God, it's just you and him.
Yes, sir.
And it's just you and him. Like, he see your discrepancies, he see your strengths. And man, I just was like, I'm gonna leave it to you. Right. Take over. And now it's a lot of stuff I just talk to him and I wipe my face off. And man, just same thing. After, you know, me and Backyard went our separate ways, that morning, I felt such a relief because I prayed to him. and it wasn't nobody in my business. I ain't call nobody. I was like, man. So, and it was just a relief, and I pray and I believe in him.
I'm gonna let you know we have that in common.
Yeah.
I go to him first. So.
Hey, man.
So after
real.
the backyard, and compliments to you again of handling adversity. A lot of people aren't built that way. The health reasons, step backs in careers and stuff like that. You have to have that bond with the Lord to make sure that you pull you across that bridge. A lot of people don't make it.
Yeah,
the people don't make it. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
So after you partied with Backyard, where did you go? Did you get into another band management situation? Where you go from there? Well,
I didn't want to. I needed a break. So a lot of bands was calling me, hey, even in a consultant role, I would just talk on the phone to a couple of people, man. Then one cat called me. He ain't no cat. One of my friends called me. He's a friend. He's into the music game, and he wanted me to give him some advice on some things. Named Rico Munson.
Okay.
And he's a musician that's been grinding. He's also a barber, and he was like, hey, man, I just want and I kind of thank him because he kind of got my mind back into it. I told somebody that if I ever came back, I would have a 16-year-old Japanese girl that sound like Lauryn Hill to play guitar.
We gonna find that.
Right, something that's not on this planet, right. And it might be, but I was like, I don't feel like, I was stressed, but when he called me and asked me for some advice, it got my mind back to thinking, and he let me hear his group that he was managing, and I was like, so we had talked, and he would, he was like, Cooper, I know you ain't doing nothing. Let me throw you a couple $. And I'm like, shit, okay, I ain't doing nothing. And so I started listening, and I couldn't believe what I heard, because he was like, man, what's the name of the band? He said Top 5. So I started helping, coming around and just being that voice of confidence, and just giving them some just answering his questions about how to deal with a group like that in this go-go market. And so we got on the phone, was talking, and we had another comrade, Rashid, man. What's up, Rashid? He was a good, he came, hey man, I got the transportation, I got the connects out of town. So we was just gonna build a whole situation for them. So I just stuck with it. They later wanted to go another way, and I don't know if they thought I was trying to take something from that, but I was just trying to be a part of the team, whatever the team needed. And so one day I went to the show, and I didn't see Rico, and I asked the owner of the group, I said, where Rico at? He was like, he ain't here. I said, man, look, man, I really want to help y'all, so just keep me posted. He said, all right, we had talked. So we talked, and I just, I don't know if it looked like I took the man, but I didn't. I was just still there, in whatever capacity, whether it's helping or just, whatever they wanted me to do. And I eventually became their manager, and it's Top 5. It's not necessarily a go-go band, but they do play go-go, but it's more of it's a tour band that really was made to get behind independent artists. They had a guy named Carlton Perrine. He's a producer and songwriter, and he moved. And they had another independent artist named Juwan Antonio, he moved. Then we had another songwriter, artist named Shay Jennifer, and he moved.
Gotcha.
So and we always had the female Chris in the midst of all of this. And Ant like, hey, I gotta find me an artist. And then during the pandemic, he became the artist. He started writing. Now he's not only the producer, he's the songwriter, he's the producer, he's the artist, and he got a lot of music on.
How long you been managing the band?
I can't even think. It's it's about 9 or 10 years now.
10
maybe
years.
maybe nine.
So from the time you
Like 2016, 2015, something like that.
became the manager
Right.
to now, talk about Ant and how he's evolved.
I never knew what he was until I seen what he is. Meaning he knew all the time, but when I first got there, he was doing all the programming for the artists. Never knew he had the writing skills like he does, and he's a complete. Once I found out all his skills, I used to go around introducing them to everybody. This my Teddy Riley, y'all. Hey, y'all better watch out for a youngin'. This is my Teddy. I mean, he's crazy, man. And he's showing it now. Like, he was like, he didn't want the name to go to as these artists was leaving to go, highlight their careers, individual careers. He didn't want the name to. So he became the artist in the front.
Gotcha.
And he's a cold beast. He's a cold beast, man. He actually, been doing stuff for other artists and, touring, and, he's been music director, and, met Mary J. Before the Good Morning Gorgeous tour. And she was like, hey, tell me more about you. And and that was he was about to really, so he's on that tip of that iceberg, man, that's about to like really explode and open up everything to the world that he has.
So on that note, what's next for yourself and the band?
Well, what's next is really like locally we've been gigging a lot, you know what I'm saying? But we've been making strides and making contact to major venues outside of the area. So been sending his music to different DJs outside of the area, just branching out. We want to do a tour. So we've been having different ideas. So we've been definitely like, because here you have to really in most of these venues, the challenge here is the go-go, and I understand that. So it's like for him bringing his music and his programming and his I be calling it concerts in a regular club. He's branching to getting people to appreciate that too. Here, because locally, we raised up in your face in the pocket. Now we sitting down, we eating dinner, and we getting up and dancing. More dinner theater. Of course, he want to hit the R&B scene real hard because R&B is back in so many words. As far as I see a lot of people singing it and really making a push to bring it back, man. Shout out to Kevin Ross, all those type, Raheem Devine, Tank, all them local cats, man. They come from D.C., man. It's
any
respected.
Forthcoming albums, projects?
Well, like I said, he don't have an album, but he does have around 10 singles right now on all platforms, Ant Farm Music.
Okay.
So you can just punch in Ant Farm Music and all of his songs will come up, man. He got some great songs, man. Couple of features. Shay Jennifer, Marquise Demond. So he definitely pushing. You know, he's becoming this creative content creator, and just building his followers, his fans, and he kind of changed the look of an artist here. So I could see the difference of how artists are really shaping themselves here now. And I didn't see that back then. It's good because he gonna come in there and he gonna dress up, he gonna wear the shades, and just trying to step everybody's game up.
What they call it, grown and sexy.
Grown and grown. Grown and sexy, how you want to call it, yep.
Well, we're going to come to the final stretch of this talk. One of the final questions is, if you can go back and talk to the younger Terrance Cooper, what would you tell him?
The younger Terrance Cooper. Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, man, I stayed out the way, Kenny. I think, some of the things, just doing stuff from the heart, not really knowing the business as early as I would have learned the business early on. Like just knowing the music business. Because when you 18 and 19, you just having fun. You making money now, you just, man, let's go to Atlantic City, Mo. Let's go to Vegas. You ain't thinking about, your mind ain't thinking about, I ain't thinking about no business. I just want my guys to get some money. Let's get some money and let's rock, let's roll. Let's buy a drum set. What kind of congos you need? What's this? What's that? Let's get it. Let's get a bus. Let's go. I wasn't even thinking, bro. I wasn't even for real. And it got real when it got real. So when I mean real, was once you get in a certain a money bracket, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but once you get in a certain,
I know where you come from.
Yeah, so you get in a certain
status.
Yeah, when you get a certain status, bro, you like, hold up, man, I just did what? We did this for the year. We wasn't thinking. It was just, and I would probably would have learned the business. I didn't foresee it building that fast. Because once some shows started coming up, Kenny, it was like, oh, man, this is the first 10,000 I made, or this is the first 4,000, or this is the first 2,000. Damn, you giving me 1,500 for this? All right, yeah, man, it was fun and unfiltered. Like it was just like, man, where we going? What we doing? Where we eating at? How we celebrating? And I wish I would have learned the business earlier. Earlier, yep.
So with the title of this segment called Authentic Everyone, I want you to bring something by asking you, say something about yourself that no one knows about. What makes, not just make you unique, that no one knows.
And I don't know if no one knows this, but because you could probably, when somebody observing you, they see things that you might be trying to not to show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm, and I think I've grown out of it though, Kenny. Like I was very shy, but because at a young age I was put into a management of a corporation early on, I had to learn fast.
Right.
But I was always nervous. I was always nervous before I have to meet people. I'm always nervous when I'm gonna have to, how do I? So a lot of things come to me naturally that you might say, oh man, Coop he's smooth with it. But I gotta think on, it's just like Brett Favre said it. He been in the league 20 years, football. And from the first game to the game he retired, he was nervous every time he came from up in that tunnel. And I used to just tell myself, hey, and I say this to some people, I got ice in my veins, and I have to say that to myself to protect my emotion and protect, so you wouldn't be able to read the nervousness. But it's
there.
It's there.
I'm gonna tell you, I have that too. So it's not uncommon.
Yeah.
And that's another level of adversity you have to be able to.
You have
climb
to.
out to have
you
any
have
low
to,
level
because you'll get
success.
exposed, man.
Yeah.
You'll get exposed in these rooms. So my confidence and what breeds my confidence is my story, my history.
Right. 100%.
Yeah. Can't nobody take that away from me.
100%.
And I ain't lying about nothing. So you can't really say, oh, he faking it till he make it. No. I was making it. And I failed. And then I had to figure out how to make it all over again.
So let everybody know where they can find you.
Okay. On social media, on Facebook is Terrance Cooper. TerranceCooper. That's my name, full name. On social media is Coop Presents. COOPPRESENTS. And that's on IG. My band is Top 5 DC on social media. Check them out at a city near you. And my artist is Ant Farm Music, official Ant Farm Music. And please check him out, man. He's the band is amazing. Shout out to Steve, Chris, Jay, man, Isaac. And I mean, those cats are they amazing. So check them out. It's Top 5 DC, official Ant Farm Music on social, on IG.
Thank you, brother.
Man, thank you.
Much love to
man,
you, bro.
It's me. Love you, man. You know that.
It's my man here.
Steve Buckham. So
I wasn't gonna say that.
Man, this dude used to call me Steve Buckheads, man.
Well, don't he look like him?
Man, no. Steve White, I'm black. It was the cheeks. He said, Coop, you Steve Buckhead. That's a sports comment. Man, shout out to Steve, man.
Hey, I'm gonna flash a picture of him.
Oh my God.
Thank you, bro. You did great.
But guess what we called him?
Uh-oh. What's that? Let me sit there.
Just look at him.
I got a beard hiding it now.
Nah. Cookie Head Jenkins.
Forgot about
Cookie Head. Cookie Head Jenkins.
On that, I'll see you later.
Thank you for joining. In the Pocket. Please make sure that you like, follow, and subscribe. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram,